How many of you have ever said something like this? Tomorrow I'm going to start that diet. Yep. Or tomorrow I'm going to clean out that closet. Tomorrow I'm going to ask for that raise. Yes, tomorrow I'm going to do it. Tomorrow I'm going to discipline my kids. Yep, tomorrow. How many of us have ever said that? Let's raise your hands. Like, really, how many of us have ever said that? Right. You know, one of my favorite quotes is, we worry about tomorrow like it's promised. Let me say that again. We worry about tomorrow like it's promised. Wow, because it's not promised. But having said all of that and knowing this, I'm one of those worriers. In fact, I'm probably one of the best worriers in the entire world. I worry about so many things. I worry about never having enough money. I worry about my kids driving. I worry about my grandkids now going to school. I worry about losing the last 10 to 20 pounds that I need to. I worry about my grandson's now playing hockey, and I worry about him fitting in onto the hockey team. Like, I worry about everything. Like, it's kind of scary how much I worry about. And then this week, this was a tough week. You add on all of the things that are going on in the world right now between Israel and Palestine and Ukraine, and I just worry, and some days it gets to be too much, just so too much. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about some of the things and to help us when we become one of those worriers and what we can do to overcome it. And I'd love to hear some of the things that you do when the worry in your head just won't stop. I'd love to hear some of the things you do to get yourself back on track and make your retirement remarkable. I'm Maureen Dobransky. This is Life Starts at Retirement. I produce a retirement lifestyle video every Monday morning. Now, just curious, how many of you guys are worriers as well? Yeah, right? A whole bunch of us. For me, my worry time in particular is 3 a.m. When I wake up, why do I roll over and not fall asleep and worry? It just doesn't make any sense. But 3 a.m., there I am. So if any of you guys are worriers as well, again, I'd love to hear how you guys solve this. But here are some of the things that I think I worry about, or that I would win the Worrier of the Year award. Because picture this. Just recently, it's beautiful, hot, sunny day. I have a little convertible car. I'm cruising down the road. The wind's blowing in my hair. The traffic's blaring, the radio's blaring. There's no traffic. Things are great. You know, we're on track. We're going on another cruise. It's almost getting to be winter, where we're going to go down south right away. Things are really, really good. And you know, I was just in the zone. You know how you feel it? You're just in that zone. But then all of a sudden my mind stopped, and it just sort of went, oh my gosh, Maureen, life is so good. You have nothing to worry about. Isn't that great? And then bam, now I'm worried because I have nothing to worry about. That's how weird my mind is. I'm worried because I'm not worried. It doesn't make any sense at all. But really, this is what robs us of our happiness today. It's taking away our lives today. And if we're worrying in the moment, we really can't be happy in this moment. And so I equate this to stress. To me, they're kind of interchangeable. Stress, worry, stress, one and the same. And don't we all just want to be happy? That's my goal in life. I want to be happy. I want to be comfortable. I want to have some fun. But happy is my overall theme of my life. And so really, that's just the goal for me. So let's talk about that, being happy. Now, I just want to go back to what really helped me, or when I do get anxious and worried, one of the things I think about that sort of helps me get back on track. It was 2005, and my sister and I decided to go visit my parents. They wintered in Mazatlan, Mexico at that time. So picture us, two old broads, thinking we're young, until we got there. Little did we know it was spring break for the university kids. And you know what goes on during spring break? Holy cow. Every morning at some god-awful time in the morning, the music would be blaring, thump, 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 thump. And then the loudspeaker would begin, and the MC of this whole event was some famous porn star. And of course the kids were wild and crazy and drinking. It was fun to watch, but oh my gosh, it was quite out there for my sister and I. And I did realize we've lived really quite a humble, quiet existence until then. But on our second to last day there, my sister said she wanted to try parasailing, but was a bit worried. The boat goes up and down the beach all day, lifting parasailers out of the ocean and then back onto the sand. And I had gone parasailing years ago on our honeymoon, and it was a lot of fun. So I said to her, don't worry, I'll go first. Famous last words, don't worry. So we arranged for all of us to go. Myself, my sister, my mom, and my dad were all going to go that day. And remember, I was first, and I said, don't worry. So we got the instructions on the guy of the beach, and I can kind of still hear him. He says, when the boat starts to come in, watch him. He'll be down. When he pulls his arm down, when he raises his flag, I'm supposed to pull my arm down. And then when he puts his flag down, I let go. Perfect. That's not hard. Even I can understand that. So away I went, and it really was awesome. It was just fabulous. It was peaceful, quiet, beautiful, just floating up above the ocean. And as I began my descent back, I watched the guy on the beacon. Up goes his hand with the flag, and I begin to pull myself down. Now I'm watching him. I can see my mom, my dad, my sister, everybody all there, and it was wonderful. And then all of a sudden, I hit the side of a building. Like seriously, I hit the side of a building. Didn't see it coming, thank goodness. Didn't even know it was there, thank goodness again. But it was the Playa Mazatlan Hotel. It was under construction, and I hit the darn side of the building. So I hit the side of the building. The building was under construction. Thank goodness I didn't hit a little bit higher because there was rebar there. But I hit the side of the building, kind of scraped my way down, and then there was some scaffolding there, and I landed on the scaffolding. And it was, you're kind of in shock. And it's scarier than heck. And my parents come running up to me. My sister comes running up to me. And the chaos on the beach. Now, the operators of the parasail were in Mexico. They were gone down the beach. They didn't even come to see if I was okay. They were gone. My mom was crying. People were trying to reach me on the scaffolding. And me, I had some scrapes and some blood and stuff. It wasn't bad, thank goodness. But my ego was hurt way more than anything else. I looked around, and all these people are looking at me, asking me if I'm okay. And I just felt like a complete idiot. I had just hit the side of a building parasailing. Now, I'm not normally a big believer that change can happen in an instant, but hitting the side of the building while you're parasailing is a very unusual instant. And I think right then and there is when I went from being, a worrier to being a worrier. It changed me, and it sucked the happiness right out of me. It sucked the life right out of me. Here's a couple of examples. Like my friend Nancy said, hey, Maura, do you want to come with me? A bunch of girls are going to the Okanagan for the long weekend. Swimming, sunshine, friends, beer, wine. I said no, I couldn't go. I couldn't drive there because it was just scary to me. I couldn't do it. So I said, I just had to work that weekend. I couldn't do it. And lots of things like that. I said no to a whitewater rafting event. Why? They're safe. The one that we were going to go on was not bad. But it was just sucking the happiness right out of me. Now, I've been married. At that time, I was married about 37 years to Ken. Kind, sweet, loving, crazy husband. But he finally lost it, and he said to me one day, he says, Maureen, what in the heck is wrong with you? Smarten up. So that kind of got me to think, what is wrong with me? I need to find my way back. So these 3 things really helped me to find my way back. And I call them the 3 C's. And when I get worried about what's going on in the world again, like this week, or if I get all upset, these are the 3 C's that helped me get back. The first, connection. My friends and my family. I had not told very many people that I hit the side of the Playa Mazatlan, a building, while parasailing. I was embarrassed and frankly didn't want to talk about it at first. But once I began talking about it, my friends and family really helped me through it. They understood how difficult it was for me, but they wouldn't let me wallow in my self-pity. So connecting, reaching out, talking, just being with friends and family. I came to believe that that's really, really, really why we're on this earth, is to connect to one another. Next is control. I love to control everything. I'm a control freak. But this obsessive worrying and stress was controlling me. And so I found a saying that somehow fits with me. And you can see now here, sort of, I'll explain. There's 2 circles. So one is what's important into your life, what's important to you. And the other circle is what you can control. Now, where the two overlap, like this, that's really what I try to focus on now. What's important to me and what I can control. The rest, well, I try hard to ignore it. If it's important to me and I can't control it, I try letting it go because I know here's what's important to me. Here's what I can control. There's that small, tiny window that really you can control and that's important to you. Everything else is just stuff. Last is what I call compounding. Compounding is really just taking gratitude to another level. Here's what I mean, or here's what compounding means. Just before I go to bed at night, most of the time I think about the day. And I do it just before bed because I believe it's the best time to kind of reflect on your day. When you fall asleep feeling grateful, it just helps to have more great things happen in your life. So I think of all of the things I'm grateful for, the things that made me happy, and then I compound them. For example, I'll take a deep breath, usually with my eyes closed, and I start compounding one good thing on top of another. One good thing on top of another. So for example, this weekend, I had my grandkids. I had the two middle boys, they're 7 and 10, and they came over Friday night. We laughed and we had fun. Then on Saturday, I took them swimming, compounding, another good thing that's grateful and made me happy. And then Saturday night, my son and his wife and the other two grandkids came over, and the smaller one, he's 4, he stayed overnight with the other two. So now I had the 3 little boys staying overnight, and they're playing and they're running around the house like animals. One thing on top of another. So it's wonderful, the compounding, the things you're grateful for, and then I continue. And on days where I really can't find a lot of things to compound, it's just what I start with is something like, I'm grateful I woke up today, I'm breathing, I'm feeling good. And then I start from there. And then you can always find something. I have a roof over my head. I have food that I ate today. It's always something that you can find and feel grateful for. So those are my 3 C's, really, that really seem to help me. Connection to my friends, controlling what you can control, and compounding. So I encourage all of you worriers out there like me to connect with your friends and family. Learn what you can control and let go of everything else, and especially to compound your happiness and gratefulness daily. This will change your life and make your retirement remarkable. I'm Maureen Dabrowski. This is Life Starts at Retirement, where I produce a retirement lifestyle video every Monday morning. Please consider also joining our Facebook group. It's growing like crazy. Facebook.com/group/Life Starts at Retirement.